This conference will now be recorded.
Hello, everyone. My name's Stephanie Tunis, and I'm the Public Affairs Committee Chair for Junior League of Boca Raton. Today, we're going to take a look at our advocacy efforts for this year. The Junior League of Boca Raton has had the privilege of serving the Boca Raton community since 1971. And we have a couple pillars that drive our focus, and we lovingly refer to them as PDI. We've got promoting volunteerism, developing the potential of women, and improving the community. Our key impact areas include feeding our community, child welfare, and nonprofit support. And for those of you who are not familiar with the Junior League of Boca Raton, some of our most well-known projects include things like the Boca Raton Children's Museum and Spirit of Giving. It's been an honor to work with our community to identify a need and then work to solve for that need. And it's been wonderful to see projects just like the Boca Raton Children's Museum that started with the League and now are able to run self-sufficiently as a part of our community. This year specifically, we are so proud of what our League has been able to accomplish when it comes to making a meaningful impact in our community. Currently, we have 664 members, and together we've carried out 2,369 service hours. We've distributed 478,550 diapers to local nonprofits through our diaper bank, and we've donated 8,430 pounds of foods to organizations like Boca Helping Hands and Feeding South Florida. We've also carried out 665 hours of training across our membership and the community. And when it comes to public affairs arena, our team's been hard at work this year. From this year alone, we've carried out 201 hours advocating for issues that matter to our community, and we spent 310 hours educating both our committee members and our community about the legislative process. Our Election 411 event was also a huge hit. This nonpartisan training event was open to the community and aimed to educate attendees on the upcoming amendments that were on the ballot for the 2018 election. As many of you have likely experienced, deciphering amendments can be quite the task. In this training, we aimed to provide voters with everything they needed to know to make an educated decision on each amendment when they went in the ballot booth. We also hosted a Bills and Bubbles training this year to showcase our advocacy efforts this year, as well as provide training around the nuances and complexities of the legislative process. In this training, we featured a Women in Advocacy panel to allow for our League members to ask questions and gain a better understanding of the variety of ways you can make a difference through advocacy. We've had the privilege of attending 3 SPAC conferences in order to educate ourselves about the legislative process and work with junior leagues across the state to prepare for the Junior League fly-in, where we meet with our legislators in Tallahassee. For those of you who are not familiar with SPAC, it's the Junior League of Florida's State Public Affairs Committee. SPAC represents 23 junior leagues across the state, a total of 11,000 voting women. SPAC has been advocating for issues of importance to our members for over 45 years and has helped to improve the lives of Florida women, children, and families. For any of you who have protected your kids in booster seats, that legislation was driven by efforts of the Junior League. And for those of you who've seen the pesticide signs warning of harmful chemicals in someone's front yard, that also is a result of Junior League advocating for the safety of Florida children and families. It's interesting to note that the Junior League SPAC doesn't just advocate for legislation, but it's also responsible for writing it. Not all that long ago, a member of the Junior League SPAC became aware of a critical problem involving food deserts within our state. And she helped, along with her SPAC colleagues, to draft legislation and push it through to get the bill passed. A truly inspiring effort from the Junior League SPAC, and I, for one, can't wait to see what the next 45 years brings with junior leagues across the state advocating for issues that matter to Florida families. Throughout the year, the Junior League SPAC hosts 3 trainings in order to prepare for advocacy efforts in Tallahassee. In these trainings, our Public Affairs Committee obtains a wealth of knowledge around the legislative process and how to effectively advocate. Many of the women who attend these trainings are completely new to the process, and the trainings are helping them to take their first step through making a difference through advocacy. Not only do they have the opportunity to meet with local legislators and hear about their experiences, they also have a chance to meet with seasoned veterans of the advocacy process and build lasting relationships to help develop their advocacy skill set. When it comes to our team this year, we had the opportunity to train 12 women through the SPAC training program. Of these women, 7 went on to represent us in Tallahassee. And the thing that I find most incredibly exciting about this group of women is that of the 7, 5 of them were new to advocacy. They'd never stepped foot in the Capitol, but they had a passion for learning more about the process, and they had a drive to make a difference. And with the help of SPAC, along with our 2 seasoned SPAC veterans, they were able to effectively communicate the Junior League priority issues to our elected officials and experience the magic of the legislative process firsthand. It was truly amazing to have them come back and share their experiences with our league members. Their excitement and their passion was contagious, and we're looking forward to continuing this momentum throughout the coming years. This year, there were 13 priority issues that SPAC was focused on during this legislative session, all of which fell under a common theme of health and hunger, child welfare, community safety, and education. Of these 13 bills, the Junior League of Boca Raton focused on 4 bills to research and delve into during our meetings with the legislation. And while in Tallahassee, we met with a wide variety of senators and representatives from across Palm Beach County. You were all incredibly welcoming, and without a doubt, our team learned something in meeting with each and every one of you. And for that, we are truly grateful to you all. With your support, we saw 7 of the 13 priority bills for Junior League SPAC pass. And of the 4 priority bills that the Junior League of Boca Raton was really focused on, 3 of them went on to pass, which is very exciting and rewarding. And thank you for working together as we advocated for these issues. We're thankful for all the senators and representatives that met with us during our time in Tallahassee. We thank you for your time, but we also thank you for sharing your experiences with us. It was amazing to hear about what bills and issues you're passionate about and how you're working to better our communities. Our team was greatly appreciative of your words of wisdom and advice regarding how to make the most impact as we navigate the complexities of the legislative process. Today, we celebrate you and our state and local leaders for everything you do to better our communities. So what can you expect from the Junior League of Boca Raton in the future when it comes to making an impact through advocacy? Let's take a closer look. When we asked Representative Rick Roth how we can continue to make a difference in the future, his response really impacted us. He charged us to get more people involved in the process, and he drove home the point that it's incredibly impactful to empower our league to harness the power of advocacy, and we plan to do just that. As we approach the centennial of women's right to vote, we have some big goals. It will be truly a year of empowering women voters, and all voters for that matter. We'll start by expanding our local footprint. We want to meet with you and work with you and collaborate at the local level and local offices throughout the year so we can find ways to get involved and make an impact at both a city and state level. We'll continue to expand our nonprofit and member trainings to educate more members of the community about how they can make a difference through the legislative process. We're also excited to announce that we'll be creating and distributing an Advocacy 101 toolkit. This toolkit will include training videos, resources, and templates that our members, along with local nonprofits, can take advantage of to effectively get involved in the process and advocate for issues that matter to them. We also plan to foster more cross-league collaboration with the Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, and Miami leagues so we can continue to learn from one another and impact throughout Palm Beach County. And lastly, we want to ensure that as many people as possible have the opportunity to exercise their right to vote. And we'll be hosting voter registration drives to help make that happen. We're excited to continue to broaden our reach when it comes to impacting our community through advocacy. However, we can't do it alone. Please know that the door is always open for your collaboration with the Junior League and our Public Affairs Committee. We love your input, and we'd love to see how we can continue to grow together and develop the advocacy arm of our league. Feedback is always welcome, so feel free to reach out to us at any time. Thank you so much for your time, and we're looking forward to a great year of advocacy in 2019-2020. Thank you so much.